Say the shooter brought 2 assault rifles legally, bought those rifles just days ago, almost immediately after turning 18 years old. Little is known about Salvador Ramos's motive for killing all of those young children. Further investigation into his online activities will likely reveal more. What investigators do know, though, is just minutes before the massacre, he sent several online messages to a girl he knew. Fox 4's David Centenary continues our coverage tonight. David.
Yes, Steve, there are still many questions to be answered, but for now, officials are releasing a detailed step-by-step account of what led to the school shooting. There are 3 crime scenes related to the Robb Elementary School shooting. The first at gunman Salvador Ramos's grandparents' home where he lived.
The gunman shot his grandmother in the face. She then contacted police.
On Wednesday, the FBI was seen at the home collecting evidence. Ramos's grandfather, Rolando Reyes, was intercepted by reporters as he arrived home. He says he didn't know there were guns in his home. When asked about his wife's condition, he told a Spanish-language reporter that she's still alive and she's not in grave condition. Then there's the second crime scene, his grandmother's pickup truck, which he drove a block and a half to the school, according to officials.
He crashed the vehicle at that point in time. He exited with a backpack. He took a rifle with him, 1 rifle.
And the third crime scene, Robb Elementary School. Texas DPS tells Fox News a school police officer on campus exchanged gunfire outside with Ramos. The officer was shot and injured. Then Ramos ran inside.
The gunman then entered a back door and went down 2 short hallways and then into a classroom on the left-hand side.
That classroom, connected internally to another classroom, is where officials say Ramos began killing students and teachers.
Border Patrol, Consolidated ISD officers, police, sheriffs, and DPS officers converged on that classroom, and a Border Patrol officer killed the gunman.
This is the ball cap that Border Patrol officer was wearing when he killed Ramos. You can see where a bullet grazed his head, according to a source with Customs and Border Patrol.
They kept him pinned down, and we're very proud of that.
Officials say there were few warning signs about Ramos.
The gunman was 18 years old and reportedly a high school dropout. Reportedly, there has been no criminal history identified yet. He may have had a juvenile record, but that is yet to be determined. There was no known mental health history of the gunman.
The Washington Post, however, reports Ramos was bullied for a speech impediment and that he had a troubled home life, including fights with his mother in which police were called. Ramos spent a lot of time online. Officials say 30 minutes prior to his arrival at school, he sent a series of private Facebook messages to a girl.
The first post was to the point of, he said, "I'm going to shoot my grandmother." The second post was, "I shot my grandmother." The third post, maybe less than 15 minutes before arriving at the school, was, "I'm going to shoot an elementary school."
I think we want to know what was going on with this individual in those 24, 36, 48 hours leading up to this. Who was he talking to? Who was he communicating with?
Craig Miller, a retired Dallas ISD chief of police, says there's concern about how Ramos entered through a back door.
But I think right now we all want to know the one question: why was the door open?
Miller believes many will discuss strengthening school security.
If you're not going to lock the door and someone can come in from the outside, it's all for nothing.
Officials believe Ramos acted alone.
He used 1 weapon, which was an AR-15, using 223 rounds.
Texas DPS says he legally purchased 2 rifles and some ammunition. The first one bought on May 17th, the day after his 18th birthday.
Ramos purchased a semi-automatic rifle at a local sporting goods store. He purchased 375 rounds of ammunition for that rifle. He purchased another semi-automatic rifle at that same local store.
A motive remains unclear.
There may be other clues out there right now that we're not aware of.
The New York Times is reporting that the girl who Ramos reportedly sent text messages to about the shooting, Facebook messages, is a 15-year-old girl who lives in Germany. He met her online and apparently had a video call with her the night before the shooting where he showed her a black bag that was full of ammunition.